guys, Samantha from JSMA Tutorials here, and today I'm going to show you how to create Kumihimo. Now, to start off with, I'm going to show you how to create it first, the chord that is, and then I will show you how to finish it off, or at least one of the ways that I like to finish it off. So what you're going to need first to start with are 8 strands of cord of any thickness you want. This is a 1mm thick cord and I have 8 pieces. It's also from a roll of cord that varies in colour, so it's multi-dyed, but you can use anything you want depending on the colours you use and the pattern that you put them in. You will get a different pattern on your cord. But for today, for simplicity's sake, I'm just going to be using the one colour. So grab all of those ends and just tap them up next to each other so they're the same length. Now I have enough here basically to make a bracelet. Whatever you want to make with your Kumihimo, whether that be a necklace, bracelet, anything along those lines, you want to cut the cords that you start with to twice the length that you want them to end up as, because they're going to decrease in length when you are knotting it. Okay, so once you've got them like that, you want to just take that and do a quick overhand knot, like so, and that is just going to keep the cords in place. Then I have a Kumihimo disc here, and what we're going to do is we're going to be placing 2 of each of the cords on either side of these dots. So going to thread these. Actually, you know what, it would just be easier to pop it through like that. There we go. And as I said before, you're going to put a cord on each end of the dot. And so the next one down, you'll do the same. Cord on each end of the dot. And since you have 8 cords, you'll be able to do that for each. And there we go. You should have 2 cords, or 1 cord on either side of the dot. Now the next part I always have a bit of trouble with, just because getting the pattern started is a bit tricky, so don't feel bad if you also have the same trouble. But basically what you want to do is you want to take 1 cord and you want to fold it over, bring the next cord over. Let me just make sure that I am doing this correctly. Okay, now once you've got them between each of those 2 dots, move them over 1. Choose which way you're going to be going, because when you are knotting this, you're going to be either going in a counterclockwise direction, or you're going to be going in a clockwise direction. That's completely up to you. So I'm going to be going counterclockwise, and so I moved them 1 space over from that. There should be 1 dot in each of the triangles. Then you are going to simply take the one closest to the dot each time and move it over straight. Take the other one on the opposite side that is closest to the dot and move it over straight, like so. Then turn in whatever direction you're going, in this case counterclockwise. You will repeat on the other side. Take the cord that is closest to the dot, move it over straight. Take the cord that is closest to the dot on the other side, move it over straight, like so. And then you will you will continue that pattern, taking the cord again closer to the dot, moving it straight, cord closest to the dot, moving it over straight. And once you get the pattern, it is very simple and easy, but it can be a little tricky to get started. I'm sure I'm not the only one that has that problem. Let me know in the comments if you also have that trouble. But having them on either side of the dot like I started really helps. And then the one closest to the dot that you started with, you just continue moving around like I was showing there. And I will show you how this looks after a couple of rounds. Okay, and I've been going for a couple of rounds now, and if you look down here, you can see the cord will start to form. This is going to take a little while, and every once in a while just give it a stretch to tighten it up, because it will be really bunched up and you'll probably have at least 1/3 more of the length than you think before you stretch it. So just give it a quick stretch every once in a while, and you can see a lovely pattern there starting to form. So that's the basics on how to do the knotting. Depending on how your colours are arranged, you will end up with a slightly different pattern. But yeah, that's the basics. Once you get into a rhythm, it's really nice and easy. It's just getting that starting point. So remember to just follow the tip where you have the cord starting on either end of the dot, and that should make it quite a bit easier. But yeah, you would then continue making that until you have a whole cord, and now I'll show you how to finish it off. Okay. And this is one of my Patreon videos, and the cord is already finished off on the one end, but we have the other end that needs to be finished off. When you're finished with the Kumihimo, this knot over here, just keep it until you've tied off the one end, but then you're going to end up snipping it, and that is what I've done over here. I've just snipped the end. Now what you're going to need, if you're going to be following this process that I'm doing, there are a couple of ways of doing this. A lot of people will use little bead cones and will actually glue it onto the end, but I don't have any of those, so I want to show you how to finish it off if you don't have that. I am going to be using some 26 gauge beading wire, and I'll just show you what that is. This is a 24 gauge, you can use that as well, but just jeweler's wire will work for this. I'm using dead soft, but any jeweler's wire will work for this. Just choose the colour that you want to match your piece. Okay, and I'm using 26 gauge, which is a little thicker than 24 gauge, I believe, yes. And actually I'll just use the 24 gauge. Let's do that. Just going to unwrap some of that. And just try to keep your spools as tidy as possible, because they will get away from you if they can. Okay. Then I'm going to try to show this as best I can. Excuse me if I go off camera a little bit, because I usually do this right up close where I can see it. But you're basically going to start a little way down from your Kumihimo, from where these little stragglers are. You're going to have your wire about halfway point, and then you're going to wrap that as tight as you possibly can get it around the piece, about I'd say about 4 times for me. Then take this bottom wire, and I'm going to bend that over so it's across these, like so. So it's across these, and the one that I've been wrapping with, it's under. So hopefully you can pick that up on the camera there. And then I'll continue wrapping this at least 2 to 3 times more around that wire. Again, as tight as you can. Okay, then I will snip that off. Grab a pair of pliers and just tuck that sharp bit in. You don't want that sticking out. Okay, and then give this a little pull before you do anything. You want to make sure that that is on there tightly, and then you're going to snip away these little straggly bits. What you can also do at this point is, if you really want it to be nice and secure, is give it a little bit of just give it a touch of glue on the ends once you've snipped it. So once you've snipped it like that, just dab a bit of glue on there, and that will be nice and strong as well. Then grab a bead cap of some kind, a bead cone, which will fit over the end. Just string your wire through, like so, over that piece, so that it hides it completely. Bend your wire over the edge of the bead cap, and then you're going to bring over some round nose pliers and just position them so that it's at the top, and then you're going to wrap the wire around. Position your round nose pliers up so that they're out of the way, and then bring that wire around and just loop that a couple of times so that it secures it, and not on the bead cap, you want it so that it's going to sit inside the bead cap. There. Trim that away. Okay. And then again, as with all these sharp pieces, you want to tuck that in so that it's not just sitting there. And position that so that it sits inside the bead cap. And the loop should be bigger or larger than the whole of the bead cap, so it's going to sit comfortably, like you can see on this side. And then that will allow you to attach your clasps. You can just add a jump ring in and pop your clasps on. And here's that jump ring. Just open that up. Nice small jump ring so that it doesn't take too much attention. And then whatever you've chosen your clasp to be, which in this case is 1/2 of a toggle clasp. And then just close that jump ring back up. And there we go. That's how you finish up the mukumegane, or at least one way that you can finish it up. It's my preferred way because I don't like fussing with glue, because it just kind of makes a mess, and sometimes the bead caps just aren't what I want. So that's how I like to finish it. Let me know in the comments below if this was helpful to you. If it was, let me know if you have other questions in regards to more beading techniques rather than polymer clay techniques. I'd be happy to do more tutorials like this one where I show you some things that can help in your jewellery creation. So let me know in the comments below if you have any questions, ideas. And again, thank you for watching the tutorial. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.